Thanks once again for staying with us on Chris TV 254 Football Analysis. And of course, today we are just analyzing the UEFA Champions League quarter-final fixtures. Of course, we've already dealt with Manchester City taking on Bayern Munich, Benfica taking on Inter Milan, and of course we are proceeding on Chelsea taking on Real Madrid, and of course an Italian clash, AC Milan against Napoli. So stay with us until the end, for we have a lot for you with our pundits here. So yes, starting with you, Vitalis, in this Chelsea against Real Madrid tussle. Are Chelsea underdogs, given the fact that Real Madrid has won it 14 times and Chelsea has won it only twice?
Yes, as a Chelsea fan, I'm actually saddened to believe that we're going to in this game as underdogs. But in this tie, one thing I've been taught by this tie, it's always the underdogs that come out as heroes. Yeah, we're going in as a very confused team, having sacked our coach, having an interim coach who was once our coach, who was once our manager, not a coach, once our manager. We're going in with a lot of confusion, facing a very decent and a very organized team, whose number 9 has scored 6 goals in 1 week. 6 goals in 1 week. And they beat a top flight team 4-0. That is Barcelona. And this team is quite well organized. So we're going in this tie as underdogs. And we're actually going to the Santiago Bernabeu first, then we come back to the bridge. It will be a very difficult match for Chelsea. If Chelsea were to win it, that will be a miracle for us. Because Real Madrid, they are well organized and they have quality. When you look at the attack, Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo, Asensio. Asensio is quite on form. Not mentioning, not forgetting the evergreen and the talisman, the poacher in front of goal. And this guy, he
Ballon d'Or holder.
He has won the Ballon d'Or. Karim Benzema. When you look at the mid, they have Fede Valverde. They have Modric. They have a very great CDM in Tchouameni. And off the bench they have Camavinga. They have Toni Kroos. They have that's the mid. When you look at their defense, they have our son, our protege, Rudiger, and this man is a team player. He's aggressive, he's a defensive, he's a very good defender. He's a modern day defender. He knows how to play the long balls. They have Militao. And in absence of Fede Valverde, we will see maybe David Alba playing in the left flank, or maybe Fernandez playing in the left flank. They have Carvajal, and in absence of Carvajal, they have Lucas Vazquez, and not forgetting their goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois, once a Chelsea man. So this squad is fully packed. It's packed to the brim, and it's a very well organized team. Carlo Ancelotti is a genius. He's a tactical genius, and their fans, we expect Hala Madrid. I'm actually a Los Blancos fan, and I was very happy when we beat Barcelona. But when it comes to this time, I'm actually going. I'm going for Chelsea. I'm going for Chelsea. We are quite off form. In front of goal, we are very wasteful. Defensively, we concede a lot. We don't. Yes, Kepa is a modern day goalkeeper. He's very good with the ball on his feet. His technical ability is top notch, but when it comes to saving the balls, he's kind of bit. His save percentage, his saving index is quite low. Mendy has his own flaws. I prefer the 2020 Mendy, 2020-21 Mendy than the today's Mendy. When we look at our defense, we have the likes of Koulibaly. Definitely, Badiashile won't be playing because he was not registered. We have Fofana. We have which centre back? Which other centre back do we have? Koulibaly have Thiago Silva, but he's injured. Chaloba, but he will come back. Thiago Silva will come back maybe. When we miss Thiago Silva, we miss a masterpiece. We miss
experience.
Yeah, we miss something in the defense. We are happy, we are glad that our engine is finally back. N'Golo Kante. When you look at his performance in the Liverpool clash, he was kind of he was masterclass. But Kai Havertz, this guy should not start a Chelsea match. He's very wasteful in front of goal. He has no skill. He has no technical ability. He's very, very selfish. He doesn't know how to distribute the ball. And I'm very, very angry with this guy. He should not be playing a Chelsea match. We'd rather play 10 men in the pitch than have Kai Havertz in the pitch.
All right, I'll come back to
Yes.
you. Dola, Chelsea are out of Carabao Cup, out of FA Cup. In the league, they cannot win it at this point. Their only hope is a UEFA Champions League, of which they have to win it for them to play it next season. Do you think they're coming to offer their all they have in this match?
Now, this is what we call calculator mathematics. Calculator mathematics is whereby you foreshadow a scenario that will give you triumph. For example, us saying Chelsea should win the Champions League in order to come back next season, it may happen or may not happen. It's not a guarantee. And when I look at the Chelsea side, I highly think it's not about the manager, it's about the squad balance. Because when I look at the Chelsea side, for example, in the Premier League, Chelsea has considered less goals than Liverpool, less goals than Manchester United, less goals than Fulham, Brentford and Brighton in the top
11th.
10.
Yeah.
And they're 11th position. And 10th is Aston Villa. That tells you something. What do Chelsea lack?
Winning.
Remember when they drew against Everton 2-2, they had a lot of chances in front of goal. But they wasted it and they conceded a very, very late goal. So I think the Chelsea side lacks that clinical prowess
striker
in front of goal. And I think I will disagree with Vitalis when he says he doesn't want to see Kai Havertz anywhere near the starting 11.
True.
But he's the best you got.
No. They just assume that he's the best we got. Actually, let me tell you something. It's just a tactical switch. Bring Mason Mount, let him play the center attacking mid position. Then take Theo Felix to the number 9 position. Take this guy to the reserve. Don't even bench him. Leave him in London. Let us go to Madrid, then come back and we find Kai Havertz in London, training in Cobham, training on how to be clinical in front of goal.
When Vitalis says play Mason Mount as the central attacking midfielder, that basically means you want to play a midfield of N'Golo Kante and Enzo Fernandez. Fernandez has been
4-3-2-1.
Has been superb, by the way. And when he says play Felix as a number 9, Felix is a sort of player who likes to drop deep and drift wide. That means when you play him as a number 9, in that position, it means you will lack that center forward threat. You may be attacking from the wide position or attacking from the middle position, but that center forward threat. And when he says he doesn't want to see Kai Havertz near the starting 11, that leaves only one natural center forward in David Datro Fofana.
Fofana
has been good at Malmo, but the problem is he was not registered. When you look at the other attacking option they have, that is Mikhailo Mudryk. Mudryk is a very good is a very good left winger. Is a threat when he's facing you, but Mudryk lacks that clinicality. In front of goal, he's wasteful, and his decision making is a bit shaky. But I have no doubt Mikhailo Mudryk will come good in the future days. But for now, he should not be a guaranteed starter. Bringing in Mikhailo Mudryk when the threat is Daniel Carvajal and Nacho or maybe Rudiger, that means a Mary for for Daniel Carvajal.
So I'll get back to you.
Yes.
So in last season, Chelsea beat Real Madrid in Santiago Bernabeu by 3 goals to
No.
1. Yeah.
They beat Chelsea 3-1.
Chelsea beat
No.
Real Madrid in Santiago.
They beat Chelsea 3-1.
Then Real Madrid beat Chelsea in Stamford.
Stamford
No,
Bridge.
no, 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 no,
Yeah.
no, 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 no. Last
Chelsea.
season.
Okay, listen. Real Madrid beat
Oh, yes,
Chelsea
yes,
in
yes.
Stamford
Stamford
Bridge
Bridge.
by
Yes,
3 goals
yes.
to 1.
Yes.
Then Chelsea beat Real Madrid in Santiago Bernabeu
Yes.
by 3 goals to 2, whereby now Madrid actually progressed in the following
Oh,
the
yeah.
In the extra time.
in the extra time. So is this giving Chelsea confidence that we beat them last season in Santiago? We are going with the same confidence that we can beat them in Santiago this season once again.
Put Christian Pulisic, let him do his jujus. Yes.
So Dola,
Yes.
Chelsea has brought Frank Lampard as interim manager until the end of the season. This Lampard progressed with Chelsea to in 2008 UEFA Champions League in Moscow to finals. The final that they lost 5 on penalties, 6-5 on penalties against Manchester United. You remember that game?
Terry missed.
Terry and Anelka miss. Then the same Lampard with the armband in 2012 helped Chelsea to beat Bayern Munich in Allianz Arena Stadium
Yeah.
to clinch that UEFA Champions League for the second
For the
time.
first time.
For the first time.
Yeah.
So is Frank Lampard coming with the experience Chelsea needs
And
in the Champions League?
when it comes to football, sometimes we do say great footballers do not make
Great.
Great
best,
managers.
managers. When I say that, I look at that midfield Italian sensation. I talk about Pirlo. Pirlo was a very good midfielder.
Yeah.
During his days, nobody could keep him to his position. But when he was at Juventus, things did not go as planned.
Yeah.
So I think I'm very, very, very anxious to know which formation Frank Lampard will definitely play with. Basically, I think a 4-2-3-1.
Yeah.
A 4-2-3-1, having Enzo Fernandez and N'Golo Kante in the pivot, and then Joao Felix slightly ahead of them. I don't know if Hakim Ziyech is back to training because he had a slight knock. So when it comes to the Champions League, there is something that comes with it that requires more than talent.
Yeah.
Sometimes it requires experience, and people may ask why play a 40-year-old Gianluigi Buffon in post. It's
Experience.
because of the experience.
Yeah.
So I think if Thiago Silva will be back to the Chelsea starting 11,
Yeah.
it will be a very, very great boost to
Confidence.
that side.
Yeah. So Vitalis,
Yes.
does Frank Lampard has nothing to lose when he loses against Real Madrid?
He has a lot to lose. He has a lot to lose because it was very evident during our last tie when Bruno was in charge that this guy he will actually have a role in the coaching. When he was in the VIP box at the bridge, he actually sat where the likes of Todd Bowley, Baghdadi Bowley, they sit. He was there. And he has a lot to lose as a legend in Chelsea. This is the only way that Chelsea can qualify for the Champions League, because definitely we're not making it to top 4.
Yeah.
And actually we might not even make it to top 6. We might fail to make it to the top 6. So this is the only way. So if he lost to Real Madrid, then it will be a heartbreak to me, knowing that I won't be playing in the Champions League next year.
Or maybe the Europa League.
Not even. I won't be taking part in any European competition. I'll just be taking domestic flights. No international flight in our schedule. So it's quite heartbreaking for us. And I think that Frank Lampard, he comes with this motivation that I won it. You guys, you need to win it. I won it when I was the underdog.
Yeah.
And we revenge. because they beat us last year. We need to revenge. This tie, the Chelsea Real Madrid tie, it's been all about revenge. We beat them in 2021. They beat us in 2022. So we are hopeful that we'll beat them in this journey. But the journey for Chelsea is quite a bit harder than the other years. The other years we've had quite a smooth journey. I might say it was quite smooth till the semi-finals, till the quarter-finals. It was quite smooth for Chelsea. Yeah. This time we're finishing off with Real Madrid, then going off to the winner of Bayern Munich and Manchester City. So Lampard, he's a great addition, and I believe maybe he might command respect from the players, because actually reports they say that speculate that players had little respect for Graham Potter, where they referred to him as Harry Hogwarts. It was Hogwarts, yeah. Hogwarts. They had little, or rather no respect for Graham Potter. And Graham Potter was quite a bit, he's not moody, he's very chill. Even if you make a mistake, he will clap. Last, when it was Thomas Tuchel, you make a mistake, I'm bringing you out of that pitch. Jose Mourinho, come out, toka nje.
All right, we shall be back to that. So we've seen Real Madrid beating Barcelona 4-0 in Camp Nou, not even Santiago. Even after having lost 1-0 back in Santiago Bernabeu. So they have proceeded to the finals of Copa del Rey. Is this a big boost to Real Madrid when they meet Chelsea in Champions League quarterfinals?
Yeah, it's indeed a very, very, very great boost to that Carlo Ancelotti side. And I think Alaba is back. That's a great addition. Tchouameni is recovering. I remember that injury he had. He has not been at par with the level. And for that left side, they have been playing Camavinga there. Though not that very good at left back, but he has been performing. And the Madrid side, I think it's a good side. And when they won against Real Madrid, against Barcelona rather, it's something that motivated them more. At 3-0, they still pushed on, like we really want to score more goals. And it was a great comeback for them, because remember they lost in the Spanish Super Cup 2-1. They also lost in the first leg. So it was a great boost, and Karim Benzema scoring back-to-back hat-tricks. And remember, Ramadan Karim is a different type of Karim.
He's very Karim. He's very generous.
In actually less than a minute, Vitalis. Real Madrid are 12 points adrift of the table leaders, Barcelona. Do you think they're going for Copa del Rey and UEFA Champions League, or do they still have hope in La Liga?
Definitely. They don't have hope. They don't have you're not winning the La Liga. Go for Copa, leave UEFA for Chelsea, please.
All right. So, Dola, just to wrap up on that, we saw Graham Potter being sacked and Frank Lampard being brought in the Chelsea side. Is the new boss emulating the former boss Abramovich? If you are a manager and you don't perform, exit, because with that it helped Abramovich to win a lot of trophies at Chelsea, because since 2005 I think they've won 5 Premier Leagues and 2 UEFA Champions Leagues and more trophies. So is he trying to emulate Abramovich?
When Todd Boehly came into the leadership at Chelsea, he was very categorical that he wasn't going to implement the fire and hire system. But what I think has led to Graham Potter being sacked, you see the mood at Chelsea had all of a sudden gone back to zero. And as reports suggest, Graham Potter had already lost the dressing room. And there isn't any bad thing as a manager than to lose the dressing room. You may have all the talent in this world, but without the dressing room, you can never win any match or any trophy. So, in my opinion, I don't think Graham Potter was sacked because of the poor result. Graham Potter was sacked because he did not lay a basis. Remember, Arsenal were crying Arteta out, but you look at that Arsenal side, the way they played the transition, and you could see something special in the oncoming. So Graham Potter was sacked because of a combination of demoralization in the dressing room And two, the amount of money Todd Boehly spent in January to bring the likes of Badiashile, Mikhailo Mudryk, Datro Fofana, and Enzo Fernandez to the side.
So, Vitalis,
Yes.
just mention 4 players that will be a threat to Chelsea side from Real Madrid.
But of course, they are the Fedival Wade, Karim Benzema, Vinicius Junior, Rudiger.
Dollar,
Yes.
the Chelsea players, 4 that will be a threat to Real Madrid.
Definitely Enzo Fernandez. Reece James, that has been my favorite player at Chelsea for a very long time, because I also happen to be a Three Lions England fan. So I've said Enzo Fernandez, Reece James, a fully fit N'Golo Kante is a very big threat, and I will add Kai Havertz.
Your prediction?
Felix?
I don't think.
Your prediction?
Actually, I don't want us to lose. That's my prediction. I want us to win. That's my prediction. I don't want to go any further.
Dollar?
A Chelsea loss is something you cannot avoid. So I don't know how many goals they lose with, but a Chelsea loss, I can sense it, I can feel it, and Chelsea will lose that game.
All right,
We
that
will
is
win
their
it
prediction.
against
And of
all
course,
odds.
as you know, both sides have a lot of quality. They've just mentioned, just from the Chelsea side, we have the Enzo Fernandez in the midfield, of course, the world champion with Argentina. And up front, we have a lot of key players, such as Kai Havertz, Mason Mount, and just a few to mention. And of course, on the Real Madrid side, we have their talisman, who is a big threat in front of the goal, that is Karim Benzema. In the midfield, we have the talented Tchouaméni, Toni Kroos, the likes of Madrid, of course, without forgetting Vinicius Junior, who just scored the only goal that gave Real Madrid their 14th UEFA Champions League trophy last season. Of course, we are taking another break. When we come back, we shall be looking at the last fixture, I beg your pardon. This is AS Milan taking on Napoli in the quarter-final of UEFA Champions League 2023, I beg your pardon, 2022-2023 season. Stay with us.
Tuendelee ama?
Tuendelee.
Welcome to Chris TV 254, your best YouTube football channel. Here we analyze the brilliance of the goal.
Kept going, Kevin De Bruyne, oh beauty! Stopped. Dennis Cheryshev, oh my word!
The elasticity of the save.
Oh, what a save by Fry!
And the celebration that is just beyond description. We explain why football turns to World War III.
He was waiting for any spillage on this. Is not good. Oh no.
Look at this.
And handshake remains harsh.
And it's finished.
How legends cost their teams.
To win the Champions League for Chelsea.
We also explain why Haaland, the goal machine, humbles, humiliates, and divides United.
Get numbers back. Haaland!
Leaving the scoreline being Kenya's independence year, 1963. We also explain why United fans can no longer hold their glasses and why comedy strikes sometimes our presenters. We also explain the type of the league you want to watch.
This is the league we want to watch.
And how the last kick of the game defines the trophy's destiny.
Aguero! Staggering! Just...
And we also give you the reason as to why champions lift trophies high in the sky.
Back to its spiritual home, the champions of Spain.
We are always there for you in Chris TV 254. Many thanks for staying with us again on Chris TV 254 football analysis. And of course, we have already analyzed the first 3 fixtures. Chelsea going head-to-head against Real Madrid. Manchester City hosting Real Madrid. I beg your pardon, Bayern Munich. Benfica taking on Inter Milan. And of course, the last fixture is an Italian tussle. This is AC Milan taking on Napoli. And of course, many people are saying now that English Premier League has been the most competitive league in the world. or in Europe to say. But now there is this question: if it is most competitive, why are we only having 2 clubs in the quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League, and yet we are having 3 clubs from Serie A? This is Napoli, AC Milan, and of course
Inter Milan.
Inter Milan.
Yeah.
So starting with you, Vitalis.
Yes.
Inter Milan, Napoli taking on AC Milan in Estadio Diego Armando Maradona. What's your view on the game?
They were lucky when they beat Napoli 4-0 with Leao being
Rafael Leao.
bringing on some masterclass art in the pitch. But this time it's all about Kvaratskhelia, Osimhen, Spalletti winning this match. So it's a tough match to decide, but definitely I see a case where Napoli will proceed to the semi-finals. Yes.
So Spalletti side, Napoli, of course 16 points adrift of the second place at Lazio. Is Napoli eyeing a brace this season, even though they were eliminated from Coppa Italia with by the Little Cremonese? I'm calling it Little Cremonese because it is at the bottom of a Serie A standing. So is Napoli eyeing a brace this UEFA Champions League and Serie A?
I will give my opinion, that is biased opinion about Napoli, because I happen to be a Napoli fan for some time now. Marek Hamsik is the brains behind me supporting Napoli since 2017. And losing to AC Milan 4-0, you could see a disoriented team. That midfield, we were just all over. Lobotka, Anguissa and Politano, there wasn't that connection, and that made it easy for the like of Brahim Diaz, Rafael Leao and Tonali to actually do some wonders in that midfield area. But I have watched almost around 85 to 90% of Napoli's game this season, and one thing I can guarantee you is Napoli know how to transit from defense to attack. At the heart of the defense, there is the ever solid Kim Min-jae. The South Korean international has been top-notch in that defensive side. When I look at the left-back side, we have Oliveira, the Uruguay international, and we also have Mario Rui. Mario Rui has been good for the past decade. And the right-back side, Giovanni Di Lorenzo, our captain, has been superb. Now, when Napoli lost 4-0 to AC Milan, at 2-0, you could see that Napoli, there was little or nothing they were fighting for. And I remember telling somebody this 2-3 seasons ago, when we went for the COVID-19, Napoli were topping the Serie A table by 12 points. They came back and the unfortunate happened, and Inter Milan actually happened to go with the title. Luciano Spalletti has been doing some perfect job, and I'll give it all to him because scouting Khvicha Kvaratskhelia from Dynamo Batumi in Georgia, nobody knew about Khvicha. Nobody nobody watches the Georgian league. That is, so Khvicha Kvaratskhelia has been a very, very good addition. And remember also
and
Napoli
scoring outstanding goals.
Yes.
He's also the top assist provider in Serie A. And remember Napoli also signed the free agent Zambo Anguissa. So then the Napoli side, they have something in the team spirit. Napoli and Arsenal, they may not have that top world-class players, but you look at the side that is determined,
People who turn up.
is pushing on and is very ready for the task ahead. So in my opinion, Napoli any day, anytime.
So in less than 30 seconds, is Serie A becoming one of the most entertaining leagues, given the fact that Juventus won it in 2020, Inter Milan 2021, AC Milan 2022, and maybe this year it will be Napoli?
No, it's not.
Not?
EPL will forever be the sweetest team. That's one thing. Take it to the bank.
All right.
Put a gun on me anytime.
All right. So, Dola,
Yes.
Napoli last won UEFA Champions League in 2007 after beating Liverpool 2-1, and thanks to the brace, 2 goals from Filippo Inzaghi in that match. do you think
That was AC Milan.
AC Milan, yeah, AC Milan. So do you think their era is back?
AC Milan, remember before beating Napoli 4-0, they had gone on a very bad losing streak.
Yes.
They have been on a very bad losing streak. It's not that Napoli have been, it's not that AC Milan have been a side that is consistent this season. They have been struggling in front of goal, especially when Olivier Giroud is out of the side. Brahim Diaz is a good player, but he's still growing. He's still young. He's not somebody to rely on the likes of Selemakers. There's also this Belgium international, Charles de Catalia. These are good players, but they're not people you could rely on day in, day out. And for an AC Milan side, they'll have to do, because Napoli is scoring goals at will. He's scoring goals left, right, center.
They will have to overcome them.
Are they the Scudetto Man City?
So the only way to peep Napoli is to outscore them, because they definitely score. Napoli losing to AC Milan, it was Giovanni Simeone leading the front line, and Raspadori later came on. But Victor Osimhen will be back.
All right.
And I expect to see fireworks from Victor Osimhen, Ivan Lozano, and Politano in that game.
So, in less than 5 seconds for both of you, your prediction?
My prediction, definitely, Napoli is going to the semi-finals. Take it to the bank. Yes.
Dollar?
Biased Napoli fan, Napoli any day, anytime.
So, to wrap up, thanks. Where can you be found on social media platforms?
Marumba_V everywhere, any time of the day.
On Facebook, $SM, on Instagram, Luya_Dollar, and on Twitter, Luya_Dollar. Yeah.
So it has been actually a pleasure having you in this UEFA Champions League fixtures of football analysis. And I think we shall be looking at the second leg of the quarterfinals after the first leg has been played. Of course, to do with Napoli-Milan, I think it is the first fixture. I'm agreeing that I concur with you guys that maybe Napoli will be proceeding to the semi-finals. So also to you, our fan, it has been actually brilliant giving us company since we started this football analysis of the UEFA Champions League quarter-final fixtures. And first leg, of course, being played on 11th and 12th of April, respectively. So next time we shall be meeting to bring you the second leg of these fixtures. So it has been actually brilliant, and I have been your host, Crescent Oma. Of course, continue to watch Chris TV 254. We bring you much of football analysis, interviews, talk shows, also not forgetting the news anchoring, and one of the most entertaining, moving, named or titled Mwanamke Guide. Nena pale utafahamu Kidoti ni nani, ama Juma ni nani, ama hawa waigizaji wengine ni akina nani. Ni tamthilia ambayo ni ya kufurahisha na ni ya kuelimisha pia. So it has been fantastic having you. Until next time, goodbye for now.